So when it comes to lucid dreaming, one of the things that I've been doing over the years is using it to explore my voice hearing experiences, so to find my voices in the dream, to ask them questions about themselves, what they possibly represent, things like that. But one of the things that I've never thought about doing before is actually becoming the voices within the dream. So I've said before that my voices are sort of parts of me, and this is something that I've kind of struggled with, because even though on one hand I do accept that, I still find it quite difficult to see them as something not outside of myself. So even though, you know, I've kind of been working with them, I've still kind of kept them away a little bit and kind of seen them as their own sort of separate entity. So really it kind of made sense to try and actually become them, to try and fully understand what they're feeling, what they're thinking, and how that relates to me, and how I can, I guess, maybe integrate that into me a little bit. So I decided to do this with Darren because he's the one that I always kind of see as the troubled one, as the one who gives me the most issues, and because he was the one who appeared first, I kind of feel like he's not the most important, but there's a big thing there that I need to work with and figure out. So I was having a dream, and I really can't remember much about the dream prior to becoming lucid, but I just had that spark of awareness. I knew that I was dreaming, and I remembered that I wanted to become Darren in the dream. And pretty much instantly, upon commanding the dream to do that, I became Darren. I couldn't see myself, but I noticed that I was wearing Darren's green hoodie, so I figured that I must be him. And pretty much instantly I fell through the floor, and I was kind of in this very small kind of underwater cave, and the water was pretty much to the ceiling. There was maybe like that much of a gap, and that's all the air I had to breathe. So I'm sort of drowning and sort of trying frantically to grab a hold of something to keep myself afloat. I'm trying to breathe this tiny pocket of air, and I'm just feeling intense panic and fear, and just knowing that I'm gonna drown. What I found interesting here was there was no anger. Darren is sort of the angry one. He's the one who carries a great deal of resentment and bitterness and just general anger towards everything. But there was none of that. It was fear, and I was trapped, and I was trapped in this very horrible, tiny cave. There was nowhere for me to go. All I could do was try and just keep myself as close to the ceiling as possible. It was very claustrophobic. It was just a really horrible experience. And I kept thinking, I've just got to stay alive, I've just got to keep going, and that was it. I think I mean, it probably wasn't that long, but it felt like a long time. I was just stuck there trying to survive. And when I woke up and kind of thought about it, I felt quite sad really that that's sort of Darren's experience, that he feels very trapped. He doesn't feel like he's ever going to have any sort of freedom, that he's always going to be suffering. And if that's what it's like for him all the time, then that must be horrible. And it kind of made me look at Darren in a slightly different way, knowing that even though he can be quite horrible and nasty and generally just full of hatred, that is keeping him in this space where he's unable to move, he's unable to do anything, and he's basically trapped there. So yeah, it was a bit of an eye-opener really. That really wasn't what I expected to come from that dream, but it's kind of given me a lot to think about and a lot to, I guess, work with Darren. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to share that dream with you today. I'm going to continue doing more dreams like that with all the other voices as well, but I still kind of feel like there's more that needs to be done with Darren. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you would like to support me on Patreon, you can. The link to that will be in the description below. And don't forget, if you would like to try some of Vivid Dreams products, there will be a discount code and a link in the description as well. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I've been Max, aka The Rare Rabbit, and I'll see you in the next video.